DJI is the largest commercial drone company in the world, with a slew of products known for its aerial photography, videography, and content creation. Now the company wants a piece of the growing FPV, first-person view, drone market with its latest product, the DJI FPV Drone. Did this drone deliver? Or did it miss the mark completely? So right from the get-go, the DJI FPV Drone bundle comes with all the necessary parts for you to start flying immediately. For this quad, the company went for more of a solid body drone design, comparable to the Phantom Pro, then a foldable one like in the Mavic series. I personally like the design choice. It is 100% more solid than any other DJI commercial drone. And given the fact that this drone goes way quicker than any other drone that DJI makes, the extra sturdiness is welcomed for those unwanted crashes. The drone also has a built-in 4K 60 frames per second camera with DJI's Rocksteady EIS system and records footage in 4x slow-mo in 1080p and 120 frames per second. Next, you get DJI's FPV goggles version 2 that transmits a live feed up to 1440 by 810p at 120 frames per second. But what sets these goggles right here apart from the rest of the market is that these have a HD low latency video feed compared to analog systems, which are more ubiquitous in the FPV community, but only offers video feed in very low resolution. Flying first person in HD is an exhilarating experience. Not that analog won't take your breath away, but HD does that and more. However, there are some instances where analog systems are much better than digital, like in a racing scene where there are multiple racers or drone flyers that are vying for a dedicated frequency. DJI drones only have a couple of frequencies to choose from, and if too many DJI drone users fly within the same frequency, in-flight video might cut out, which is not good. But if you're flying solo, no need to worry. The bundle also comes with a new DJI remote that ditches the previous designs for one more similar to a gaming controller. Not gonna lie, I did like the boxy controller of the Mini 2 and Air 2, but this controller feels really good in hand and it's more ergonomic. Most FPV drones you see in the wild require assembly and some knowledge of motors, flight controllers, electrical speeds, etc. You could get a pre-built drone on iFlight or getfpv.com, but still, some knowledge of drone building is required for maintenance. Whereas DJI offers a health management system that runs diagnostics to check if any parts need servicing. The DJI FPV is ready out of the box. So, not to wax poetic, but flying this drone is one hell of a fun experience. The drone has 3 flight modes: normal, manual, and sport. Normal is similar to the normal modes of other DJI drones, where the top speed is knocked down. For the FPV, it's 16 meters per second, and all its obstacle sensors are on. Manual mode takes off all the training wheels DJI is known for and gives the full power to the flyer, something akin to acro or rate modes on other FPV drones. Sport mode, on the other hand, is a hybrid between normal and manual, giving some dynamic movement and keeping on a few key safety features. I personally haven't flew an FPV drone, so normal mode was a great introduction. It eased me into the experience of flying an FPV drone and its capabilities. The drone still had a kick of speed in normal, and hit the automatic brakes when I was flying too close to an object or flying too close to the ground, which I'm grateful for. Once I got the hang of it, which didn't take too long, I kicked it up a notch to sport mode. And wow, did this thing really book it, hitting around 58 miles per hour and banking around obstacles with speed and velocity, all the while loosening up the obstacle avoidance system to enjoy the drone at near full performance ability. And all this mode switching is done on the fly. For battery life, DJI says flight times can go up to 20 minutes max. So I got around 15 to 16 minutes on normal mode just cruising around, and around 7 to 8 minutes on sport and manual mode, and that's if you gun it the whole time. So DJI wants to broaden the audience of the FPV community while still providing the gold standard flying experience they are known for. And the FPV is the outcome. Did they succeed? Well, somewhat. DJI did a very good job of creating a quad that's friendly to newcomers who are intrigued by the FPV drone scene and who may not know where to start. The drone also has all the safety features DJI is known for, like the obstacle avoidance system, Find My Drone, Return to Home, and an emergency brake button on the controller that will stop the drone in its tracks if things get too wild. The company also provides tutorials on how to operate the drone in their handy Fly app, while not forgetting more seasoned drone flyers with manual mode. So they did great with that, but here's where DJI missed the mark. First, like all DJI's commercial drones, the FPV isn't a modular drone, meaning swapping out or repairing parts might be a pain. And if you want to fly like this, you will crash. DJI does have a limited warranty on their products, and I heard their customer service is great, so that's good to hear. Another thing that this drone lacks is the content creation features. DJI is known for its easy-to-use programmed flight patterns to film in, photo modes, and active tracking. The FPV is seriously lacking in this department. It has none of those features in this bad boy. But aside from those caveats, the DJI FPV is still a great drone. And starting at $1,300, the DJI FPV Drone is a solid choice for new flyers who want to get into the FPV scene now, rather than enduring the steep building curve just to get to the good parts of owning an FPV drone, flying. While the drone still lacks some basic content creation features and a modular design, DJI came correct with its first ever FPV drone for the whole drone community and newbies to enjoy.